Hi, welcome back to the Life Hack series. I am back in the UK, as you can probably hear from the jackdaws in the background. And this week's life hack, story hack, I wanted to talk to you about is something that's been coming up a lot for me and in conversation actually. A lot of people have been talking about meditation and how since lockdown is starting to ease in various forms, very inconsistently, people are really struggling to meditate, which was a practice that a lot of us really sank deeply into actually over lockdown when it was really lockdown. And so I wanted to share a hack that I have been practicing for many years. And it's something that Richard Rudd of the Gene Keys talks beautifully about, which is hacking your story or your idea of meditation and what that looks like with one word, and that word is contemplation. For me, over the years, I have really struggled to develop a sitting meditation practice. So what I considered to be proper meditation for many years, where you would sit very silently with an upright spine and lose all of your mental activity and sink into peace. I tried to do that for years, and actually even now, after meditating very consistently for about 20 years, it's still very rare that I can practice that form of meditation for very long. The nature of my personal energy field is it's an ecosystem, probably very feminine, some writers would say, but it's about experiencing the allness of the universe rather than the no-thingness of the universe. And sometimes the masculine side of me loves the no-thingness, but quite often the feminine is there and I want to experience all, but in a very peaceful way. So for me, contemplation is something that fits in our lives no matter where we are. So this morning I'm sat in my garden in Wiltshire and I'm just holding this word, contemplation, and I'm looking at the grasses and I'm listening to the birds and I'm feeling my skin on the earth and being grounded. I'm talking to the incredible stone person behind me. I'm reveling in my garden and the vegetables and the fruits that are growing and ripening at this time of year. And I'm in contemplation of all of that. I'm experiencing all of that, and I'm experiencing me as a part of all of that. And as I move through my day today, I will hold that one word, contemplation. And as I move through the day, it will deepen and I'll have insights. So what I love about this is it brings meditation into its true form, I believe, and certainly how I've been taught and experienced it over the years, which is meditation is life. Our whole life can be experienced as an act of meditation, celebration, contemplation, all of these things, if we choose to bring that exquisite quality of awareness to it, especially in our challenges. So when we find ourselves triggered emotionally or flying off the handle or challenged extremely by a person or a situation, that's when this becomes a superpower. Because if you can bring that quality of self-awareness in, maybe not in the heat of the moment, but as quickly as possible afterwards, then we're able to come back into a contemplative way of being around things and actually start to look at what was that experience, what was it teaching me, and what was the gift. So I would offer you this practice, instead of trying to be a meditator, accept that as you contemplate your life, you might choose a word a day, to pick. Some of us pick cards in the morning, whether they're tarot cards or oracle cards, to use those as our contemplation. Some of us might choose the natural world and its environment, or a particular person to contemplate, or a quality within ourselves. And so just take one of those a day and just hold it. Almost just move it around in your senses. How do I see that? What's my story about it in a movie making machine of my head? How do I feel that word or that being or whatever I'm contemplating? What do I hear when I experience that? And actually, more importantly, what goes on kinesthetically in my body typically, and how does that change as I hold this over the course of a whole day. So I offer you that to play with, and to experience it in your own way, and realize that the more that we live a contemplative life, the more we live a meditative life, actually. And the more that we can meditate in the moment each and every day, no matter what is going on around us. So enjoy that. And as I sit here and enjoy these beautiful drops of rain that are falling on my skin now, I'm going to contemplate how I can embrace all the weathers that come into my life, no matter what I might choose to story them around. So I will see you next week.